What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here with another early morning reaction. And you know something? Manga is in a very good place. Detective Conan, it's dancing. JoJolion, it's moving. Jujutsu Kaisen, it's twisting. But in the midst of all of that greatness in the realm of awesome sauce of manga going in every single week, you've got My Baby coming in hot since 1997, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today to read the latest installment in the Wano Awesome Sauce, and what has been one of the greatest stretch of chapters in the entire series, in Goat Nigashima. We are here today to read what is about to dethrone Bruce Wayne as the second best-selling comic of all time. We are here for the one, the only, One Piece, son. And listen, I am prepared today, man. Last chapter was so hyped that I almost forgot to throw this thing on. But today I'm ready. Today I'm ready. If we are still on the roof, I got the jersey. I have it, bro, because look, it's legendary around these parts, man. So, if we are still on this roof, if we are still continuing this insane stretch of chapters, I got the jersey ready. I have it ready, man. So, without further ado, let's get right into the chapter. I am so happy that I went back to doing these early morning reactions. And the reason why I stopped doing it for quite some time is because I really enjoyed reading chapters after work, reading chapters after a long day, and just coming home relaxing and ending it all with the awesome sauce, just after whatever happens in the day, last thing, goat piece. What a great way to end the day, right? But nah, man, I am going back to the way that it was before, to where, especially after last week, I was like, man, I had a fantastic day after I read the best-selling manga in history, dude. So I was like, you know what? This time around, I am going to, I maybe even not just this time, maybe from now on, I'm thinking about just doing this early, bro. Just waking up earlier than usual and reading the greatness, because it's worth it. It is worth it, man, to wake up and one of the first things that you do is read the best-selling manga in history, man. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if I can keep up with this. You know what I mean? Because inconsistency is my middle name. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm kind of scared right now. But you know when you have butterflies, man, when the goosebumps starts rolling, when your hair starts standing, that's how I feel right now. I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to look down at this cover page, let alone where the chapter is. One Piece, chapter 1003. The night reflected on a go board. The night reflected on a go board? Like in Komugi and Meruem? On some Hikaru no Go stuff? Is that what we're talking about? Reiju? Reiju with a scorpion. And not only is it a scorpion, it's a scorpion with a face. But look at Reiju, dog. Yeah, Reiju's been coming in top 3 quite, not extremely often, but every once in a while in the popularity poll. Cover art request by Noda Skywalker. Noda Skywalker returns. A scorpion confessing his love to Reiju with a cactus flower. All right. That's something I was definitely not expecting to see, but we'll take it. We'll take it because we get to see Reiju on the cover page and a very brave scorpion man who really wants to confess his love with a cactus flower. With a cactus flower. And now here comes the moment of truth, man. Yo, man, hold on, bro. Let me brace myself a little bit, man. Yo, because I'm telling you, if we're still on this roof, if this is still roof piece, then listen, man, it's about to go down. Because this will be like the 4th straight chapter we've been up here, man. I don't know if I can take this anymore, dude. It's been nuts. It has been crazy. Things have been going insane. It feels like we're in a final boss battle right now, dude. You need a break. You need to just press pause and step away from the controller, because it's been coming in too hot. Things have been going too crazy. You know what I mean? There's too much fire going on. The battle theme is lifting. We're still on the roof, man. Let's go, son. Let's go. Okay, that's all I needed to see. I don't need to read the rest of the chapter. It's already a 50 out of 10, man. I don't care. The very first panel on the right side of the page is Luffy's Kong gatling coming in and it is hitting Kaido so hard that it is landing an imprint. There is a clear crater forming around a man's face. Dalo! Exclamation points. He hits him. We're gonna see a couple more blows as it hits around the body of the scar. Da da, and you can see all the blows and how fast they're coming down from the king. Da 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 da. As he just wails down. I love this sequence right here, man. This is a classic comic book sequence. I don't know what the boom, the bam, the ta means on the for the comic book suffixes we see on the top, but whatever, man. It looks great. Kaido's getting destroyed by a king who's going up in like somewhere. You see his mouth open. Dude is getting rocked right now as Luffy delivers this Kong gatling. He's coming in from every single side. That's what I was talking about in the afterthoughts. And also in a comment that asked me, what's the difference between the Kong organ and a Kong gatling? And for me, the way that I see it is that a Kong organ is coming in all at one side. It's coming from a vertical angle, right? So you're seeing the blows coming in from like a strip. It's like a line coming down. So it's only hitting like a specific side of your body. When it comes to the Kong gatling, the way that I see it is that it's hitting not only from a vertical angle, from a horizontal angle as well. So it's covering a wide area. Like the Kong gatling has the ability to hit your entire body, as we saw with the regular jet gatling against Rob Lucci. But here against Kaido, the gatling is needed, and the gatling just looks beautiful against Zoans. It just does, especially against a dragon, dude. Now, this looks sick. This might be one of my favorite moves in the whole series, just because of the way that Oda has showcased it. And wait until Toei gets a handle of it, man. Wait until Toei gets a hold of this one, son. They're gonna be like those old rap songs you start off with. This what do you say, this is about to be a hot banger. You know what I mean? Like, where'd you get this one, son? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? But that's how this joke's about to start off in Toei. Instead of the cat in the hat that starts off with Toei animation, it's like, damn, where'd you get this one, son? I mean, you just, I'm telling you, bro. That's how hot these episodes are about to be when it comes to the upcoming One Piece anime, man. But we end off this amazing opening spread on the bottom side with Zoro, Law, and Kid. I don't see Killer right here. Maybe he's still on the ground after getting smited by Big Mom. Maybe I'm just blind. But we get to see all of them standing and seeing Luffy deliver this attack from like a downward view, and it looks really, really cool. Just seeing all these attacks land simultaneously, showcasing the speed that the king is doing right here and the amount of damage that the king is doing here. But you also see him wheezing as he's laying down these blows, hitting this Dempsey roll. Big Mom looks mad shook, dude. So Kaido, he's like, yo, where am I, dog? Last thing I saw was getting hit by the king. And you see the following panel. Luffy charges it up. Duke, 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 duke. And he goes down and he hits Kaido's head so hard that it goes right back into the ground. Let's go. And you can see how much damage was done and the amount of just overall destruction that was caused by that Kong gatling. When we zoom out, we get to see the skull of Onigashima, and we see this massive amount of smoke coming down from the ground, telling us that when Luffy punched that man into the ground said, chill, king, we understand. Massive smoke in the air, destruction all over the place. Kid looks shook, Big Mom is shook. Can't blame them. That's Luffy, bro. Y'all have been sleeping on the king for far too long. You guys have been sleeping on him. Y'all don't know about post-Udon Luffy, bro. Y'all don't know about the man that I took right into the training room at 4 a.m. We both arrived mad early. We went right into the tape room to watch some film on what had taken place in the entire series, and we watched, and we watched, and we watched. You know what I mean? Like, all those hours of film weren't for nothing. Hyogoro the Flower was the one who provided that film. We were in there for hours, man, studying. And the king is now making those fruits, that labor, that training, come into fruition now, man. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You truly do. As Kaido is laid down on the floor, he looks like he's slumped. Even though we know he's not slumped, but for dramatic effect, my man is slumped right now. As Big Mom is hovering right over Kaido's body. Kaido? And Luffy's wheezing because he just gave Kaido everything that he had with that Kong gatling, man. Unless like Luffy gets out of gear 4th, because that just took so much hockey, so much stamina out of him that he flies out of gear 4th, bro. Zoro looks shook. Law looks shook. Oh, when did he get hit? He didn't. This is a side effect from becoming that wrecking ball thing. He'll be unable to use hockey for 10 minutes. So it looks like I was wrong last week. Last week, whenever I saw him utilizing all these techniques at once, I was like, yo, he's mastered gear 4th. But instead of mastering gear 4th, well, it looks like it happened here was instead of, there was a comment that was like, he's mastered hockey to the point to where he's mastered certain parts of gear 4th. Like, he won't be able to use it for an extreme amount of time because he hasn't gotten used to the new hockey that he's currently, using in the as it's called in our community, advanced ornament, or the Rio hockey, in Wano. Because he hasn't gotten to the point to where maybe he hasn't fully trained and mastered that one yet. And the fact that he's more than likely using that, no, not even more than likely, he is using that, because not he wouldn't be doing damage against Kaido here and delivering all these blows. It looks like that caused him to use more hockey than he thought he was going to use. And it caused him to go back into, being unable to use hockey for 10 minutes here. So not mastered, but we're close. We're close, man. He did so much damage that Kaido's still on the floor. You know what I mean? Both Luffy and Kaido are still on the floor on some boxing stuff. Whenever you're reading a boxing manga, you're watching a match of boxing and dudes knock each other out and they're both on the floor. 1, 2, 3. That's what we're seeing right now, man. When did he get hit? A minute to 10 minutes. So there are drawbacks to that kind of power, huh? Well, it'll be worth it if those blows did damage. That's right, kid. You believe in the king. If the blows did damage, we're good. And now y'all have to deal with Big Mom. As she comes in, Napoleon. Just look at the flames coming out of the blade, dude. Those flaming attributes are up 1 billion. Mama. Done already? You really gave it your all, didn't you? And you get to see all of them right here prepared to protect the king until he gets back in 10 minutes, man. Motherly. Look at Zoro. Bro, if this man Zoro... Fire. No, Zoro, because listen, bro. This is the 3rd time in this arc showcasing what is the top priority here. The top priority, in Zoro's case, aside from cutting Kaido, is to protect the king at all costs, to protect his captain at all costs, man. He easily could have gone in there and be like, you know what? I am going to challenge that blade because by the flag notes, I have Enma. Now, I don't know if it would have been a successful parry, but he could have, at the very least, tried it, as a swordsman. But you know what, man? This is why I love One Piece so much, because it is consistent with the characters and what they're currently going through in their character journeys. And this man, ever since Thriller Bark, has been 150% on the side of Luffy's dream is first, then mine. And to ensure that this man stays alive, he's like, you know what? I'm protecting him again. That's the 3rd time in this arc, man. Zoro is putting up assist numbers like a madman. I mean, dude is leading the league in assists and possibly even in score right now. But nah, Luffy's leading the league in score right now. Then it's Zoro. But man, he's putting up insane numbers. So Big Mom comes down with the motherly fire, cutting right through the ground. Man, you can see the flames coming up all over the place. Hey, Killer, don't let up. Oh, so Killer's officially back. There he is. Hey, Killer, don't let up now. We're going to finish Kaido off. Give me Straw Hat. Roger that. So Killer goes right in. You see the bzzz from the Punishers. Huh? Law uses counter shock. Oh, this looks sick. So counter shock on Big Mom. Goes right in. Here comes Mr. Gundam Wing Kid. Going right up behind Kaido here. Kaido looks behind me. Yo, Kaido looks kind of rocked, dude. Kaido looks kind of rocked. He looks like he's kind of done with all their shenanigans, bro. Look at that face. That is the face of someone who's about to rock back. That's my face when I get killed 4 times in a row in Call of Duty. You know what I mean? I'm ready to start bouncing back. I pulled the AK-74U and I'm ready to start going in. Yo, I'm kind of scared. This is a Thanos expression on this man's face right now, bro. Oh my gosh. Then we get a double-page spread of Kaido using the Dragon Twister as he spins around. And yo, I don't know if that's the exact name of this technique in Pirate Warriors, but in Pirate Warriors, whenever he does that massive spin that goes around with the electricity coming down, it's a really cool looking technique. But regardless, he uses this technique here in Dragon Twister, and we see these massive tornadoes being caused just by this man moving around. Just look at this. So on the right side of the page, we see Kid is like, "What's that?" And you see Kaido in a really cool looking panel, like kind of coils like a snake around the wind, or like just around the top portion of Onigashima right here. And that's when you see this massive blast of wind coming out, Dragon Twister, as it starts moving everything all over the place. You've got to be kidding me! Oh, Zoro, thanks. This really is like facing a natural disaster. At this point, it really is, man. Which is kind of crazy because if I remember correctly, I think wasn't it chapter 910 that they were talking about how, you know, natural disasters are commonplace around Wano, which is one of the reasons why, like, a lot of people don't make it there. And the fact that the main final boss of the arc has, like, natural disaster elements. Not only just one of them, but two of them have natural disaster elements to their name. Which is kind of crazy because that just showcases maybe it's not just those two Yonko that have control over the weather, you know, in that type of way. You know, going back to the Loketown thing with Dragon, I understand he's not a Yonko. But for us, who've been around for a very long time, even for people who just recently caught up, like, I think, at least in my case, I think Dragon's up there, you know, in terms of strength and most certainly in terms of notoriety. So let's just say that his hockey is on the same level as like Kaido, Big Mom Shanks, whatever, right? And he's up there with them. Then, you know, maybe it is his hockey that really manipulated the skies that day in Loketown. Because at this point, we're seeing the capabilities of what a Yonko can do to the weather, you know, when they're going in. I mean, we're seeing twisters, we're seeing lightning, we're seeing fireballs. Like, it was crazy. It's just wild, son. So, Luffy goes up. I let my guard down. Luffy gets sent flying. Luffy goes down. Kaido. Did this man Kaido just eat the king, bro? Hey, what do you think you're doing to my captain? 3 sword style? There's no way I'm gonna let you eat him. He goes in, you can see the aura coming out of Zoro's thing. Huh? Is that a dragon? Zoro, chill, Zoro, chill. Huh? So the sword is the source of that strange hockey. Kalatsutra. Great Dragon Twister. So he comes in, uses the Great Dragon Twister, and Kaido just gets caught up to the max. You see Enma in his hand. I mean, excuse me. He's wheeling and dealing, my boy Zoro is, bro. Yo, he finally gets the clean cut down on Kaido, bro. And he penetrated. Like, he managed to actually cut the scale. He penetrated his scales. You better believe it. You better believe it, man. When the vice captain sees, when the second in command sees that the king is in Kaido's mouth and he was about to eat him, Zoro was like, I'm having none of that, son. 3 sword style dragon aura. Even Kaido was like, yo, so that's the where that strange aura is coming from. Kalatsutra, Great Dragon Twister. Let's go, dude. Massive tornado going around a bunch of different slices, but he manages to cut him right here on the side. Greatness, man. Luffy comes out of his mouth. He actually cut Kaido, that brat. He gets that stinging sensation. I get it now. So it's Odin's sword. Do you think you'd try and counter my twister with your own? Whoa, no. Yo, Kaido's, I'm telling you, he's putting respect on their names, man. The farther this fight gets along, the more respect he puts on their names. But before we continue, I adore this double page spread, man. I really do. Just from on this side, showcasing how Zoro fires up this technique to Kaido being shook at the fact that it's dragon versus the dragon. I love this shot. Bro, when Toei gets a hold of this shot right here with Zoro with his dragon aura, that's gonna be a wallpaper, dude. A massive wallpaper. And then on the middle of the map, or on the middle of the page, you know, I've been playing so much Call of Duty with this whole map stuff. In the middle of the page, Zoro utilizing the Great Dragon Twister, penetrating the scales, you know, in that classic Zoro panel that Oda loves using, where the damage had already been done. You've seen the aftermath of, like, Zoro, you know, passing by them and dealing damage. I always love those types of panels because they just look the best, man. And of course, seeing the aftermath on what actually took place. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And now Big Mom, after skipping Skypiea, as of course we saw, we know that at the very least, she has that we know that she was right last chapter. Well, probably that bullet was going to do way more than what this did. But we know that she was definitely right in terms of he can damage Kaido. Like, there's no question about it. And now we know that since this attack was allowed to hit, then the last attack, the Fire Dragon Blaze, that jump was probably gonna... that was about to cut off some heads. You know what I mean? That jump was about to leave another massive scar on this dude's body. So Big Mom was definitely right in telling Kaido to dodge. You know what I mean? But I'm so happy to see Zoro actually do damage here on Kaido, man. Yo, we're out here doing damage to Yonkos. We saw Luffy absolutely decking this man Kaido, dude. I mean, to the point where he was rocked. Man's got up slow. He was like, yo, hold on now, man. And now we see Zoro doing damage too. I mean, those are my goats. You know what I mean? That's the tag team. And then we go down. Oh my god. Dragon Twister, Gale of Destruction. He goes down. And now you see that he starts spinning and the Getsu Tensho start coming out. So you see Zoro and Luffy right here. Kaido's like charging something up in his mouth. The Getsu Tensho start coming out. Zoro grabs Luffy. Yo, Killer is deflecting them with the Punisher. He's like, zzz. So this is really nice, showcasing how all of them are dealing with this technique right now. We even get to see Stray One coming down from the Onigashima rooftop and coming down to where everybody else is. The battle on the roof must be insane. The debris keeps raining down. Bro, y'all have no idea how insane it is, dude. Good grief. Orochi's head. If Oda's showing us Orochi's head here, that means he's about to play around with that soon. He's going to showcase, how Orochi's still alive, what the next step in Orochi's plan is and all that stuff, because this only serves as a reminder. Good grief, our supplier went and got himself killed. And the feast they invited us to is devolving into a full-blown battlefield. It seems this skirmish is the result of a grudge that has festered within the Wano for the past 20 years. After Doflamingo's defeat, a clash between Kaido and CP0, dude! A clash between Kaido and the worst generation became inevitable. But it almost seems like fate conspired to make allies of the samurai and these pirates. Bro, they're all here. Look, well, not all of them, because that Robert and them are still on top. But yo, the spooky ones are still down here, bro. The ones that we don't know are still down here. I still think one of these dudes is from Ohara, man. Is a survivor of Ohara, bro. And I'm gonna stick with it until we know their true identities. I am gonna stick with that, man, because how sick would that be? But I know that Oda wants to go with the last surviving member of Ohara being Robin and whatnot, right? What about if there was a member out there who was just unknown, and knowing how Cypherpole works, knowing how the world government works, knowing how they like keeping things under wraps? What about if there was a dude out there who survived from Ohara as well? Though it was probably after the whole Buster Call thing, maybe, or before I should say, where they were sent out to sea before and went off and whatever, right? But after that person left, that's when the Buster Call happened. And I don't know, man, it's just food for thought, right? But the world is about to undergo a drastic shift. This is crazy. In the same chapter, this man goes from showing us the battle on the rooftop, which is getting insane. We're seeing the weather being moved. Zoro's cutting Kaido. Luffy got out of Gear 4th. It's going down. But then we switch to CP0. The world is about to go a drastic shift. If two of the emperors were to fall here, the future would definitely become uncertain. But that outcome is impossible. Do not disrespect the goats, man. The invaders are 5,400 men strong. You see the Giga Clan members here, but 400 have already fallen. Our associates have 30,000 men and 3,000 casualties. The samurai have done pretty well considering the odds. If they tried the direct approach with their numbers, it would have been impossible to reach the opposing general. Launching a surprise raid was a brilliant move. Yo, you get to see Beppo and Shachi. Yo, they're all going up in like somewhere. That said, in this war, simply assassinating the enemy's leadership is unlikely to settle the conflict. That's very interesting. In this war, simply assassinating the enemy's leadership is unlikely to settle the conflict. An all-out war is unfolding across the whole island, and there's no way out. If they do nothing to counter the might of Kaido's executives, they stand to lose hundreds of troops at a time. And we get to see both sides right here, 27-5, where the current standings. I love how they're like giving commentary here and giving us like, okay, this is what's taking place in the war right now. You know, this has been your break with Cyberpole Aegis Zero. Back to you, Kenny. You know, like we're on Inside the Bay on TNT or something. 5,000 to 27,000. You know, 22,000 man difference. But I'll tell you what, bro. They may have 27,000 men. They may have Big Mom and Kaido. They may have all that. But do they have a king? Do they have a king, man? That's all I'm stressing, dude. Wait until Luffy gets up and gets Sasaki back. Yo, Frankie and Sasaki, if this new generation is unable to stand against the executives, Sanji, Usopp and Nami and Tama, Ulti, it will be like getting surrounded by black stones on a go board. They'll be finished. Yo, you already know they're gonna stand against the executives, bro. They have to, bro, because if they don't, it's over. Exactly like the agent of CP0 said. They have to do this, and therefore they will, man. Therefore they will. You see Jinbei, Yamato, Shinobu, Momonosuke. This confrontation is developing as expected. Please continue to do your utmost to take each other out, my dear pirates. CP0 is sick. They're just waiting for the aftermath. They are waiting for stuff to finish here. They're waiting for them to take each other out so CP0 can go on the move. But now I'm kind of scared, man. Now I don't know, because, you know, we have been speculating for quite some time. Will the Marines get involved? Will they have the people disposed, or I should say disposable individuals to be able to get involved? Because as far as I'm concerned, unless the SSG really is a massive army capable of taking on the warlords, then they're going to have to send some admirals to take care of those warlords. Even if they were to send vice admirals, what in the world will they do against 3 emperors that are here? You know, so like they gotta send an admiral. At the very least, if they were to let's just say, for example, if they were to Buster call the island, they ain't doing nothing when those shit. We are talking about a dude who controls the weather. You know, the ships get close, and Kaido's gonna destroy them with his lightning. Same thing with Big Mom with the Shiva Tenjin thing coming down from the ground. Like, listen, you need to say, like, if they intend. I mean, I don't know how strong these dudes are. You know, they might be stronger than Rob Lucci for all I know, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. These guys are on the level. But if let's just say that they are, that they aren't. If they are, then cool. You know, if they are, then possibly they could do something about it themselves. But if they aren't, they're going to have to call in some backup. And that backup is more likely going to come from, in the way that we know from Cypherpole, a Buster call. And listen, man, this can't be a regular Buster call. It's got to be a Buster call with some admirals. But that's the thing. That's why Oda has set up this go board, right? And showcasing all that crazy stuff going around the world, where we know that the Marines cannot afford to send out anyone anywhere. Like right now, they have sent everyone to go capture some individuals. Like everyone is out there. They are sparing no resources. And so, with that being said, like I said before, unless we end Act 3 and we get to see the SSG going up in like swimwear, and seeing that they are really going in and that they can leave everything to the SSG and send some admirals over here, because aside from that, I do not know how they're going to be able to take on. I mean, granted, it'll be after the battle, like he said. So, you know, whatever it is that they're trying to do here, you know, wait until the aftermath and be able to take them both out. I guess they'll be so exhausted they won't be able to do anything about it. But, man, just a very fascinating situation. A very interesting situation, man. CP0. We got CP0 commentary here, dude. CP0 shoots on the situation in Onigashima. Please continue to do your utmost to take each other out, my dear pirates. What is it? Is that a gate? What is that? Is that Kaido? It must be... Stop it now, Goku. Stop it now, Goku. Stop it now, bro. Look, man, listen to me. I was just the other day. I don't remember if I said this in the afterthoughts or if I was just talking to it with my people. But yo, I was asked several times over the past week, like, yo, what happens now? Like, what takes place now? And I was like, yo, the act is gonna end with Kaido going hybrid form. You know what I mean? No, I said that last week. Look, man, if the act ends right now with this man truly going hybrid form, I'm gonna be shook, bro. Because that means that... I'm gonna stop talking. What is that? Is that Kaido? Hey, Lin. Yo, you don't even get to see his face. You don't even get to see his face. This is getting fun. Mama, you know, Kaido, I was just thinking the same thing. The mighty emperors blocked their path. And you see Kaido and Big Bro, you don't even get to see Kaido's face. All you see is that he's back in a humanoid form with, you know, that's blacked out, silhouetted, and yet we don't get to see Genius on Oda's behalf. So now we are forced to wait and see this hybrid form, bro. But now we know that he's in it. I'm scared because Luffy's not in Gear 4th anymore. Luffy has to wait a few more minutes in order to get back into Gear 4th. So this is a bad situation. This is way worse than had Kaido gone into hybrid form with all of them at full power. So, and Big Mom stating that she thinks she's thinking the same thing, which means she's about to go all out too. Oh, this is about to get bad, dude. Now I know why CP0 said what they said when they said it. Because it was like, yo, you know, things are getting kind of interesting right now, but somebody's about to start going in. And whenever they start taking each other out, you know, go ahead and do it. We'll be here. We'll be here playing with our good old go boards. You know what I mean? But this man Kaido entering hybrid form, you know, the way that I envisioned it was he would enter hybrid form, the counterattack would start, and that's how Act 3 would end. And it was looking like that was gonna be the case right here, bro. We were getting a recap of where everybody was, you know, seeing what everybody was doing. We even got CP0 giving a thing. I was like, yo, Act 3 is ending right now. Act 3 is ending right now. But the fact that Act 3 has not ended legitimately had me scared. Because now I don't know, you know, this is a perfect opportunity now for Oda to showcase what's happening everywhere else. Because now that we have not seen now that we have not seen Kaido's hybrid form yet, he could easily, you know, transition over to something else and showcase what everybody else is up to, and then cut back to the roof. And that's when we see Kaido's hybrid form going in. Or Oda could give us what he's been giving us lately, which is showcasing everything that's happening on the roof, panel by panel. And he could easily, at the beginning of next chapter, showcase this hybrid form. Or not even at the beginning, maybe in the middle or something, you know, build it up a little bit. Because I feel like he is going to build it up a little. I feel like we're going to get a Sephiroth introduction to this hybrid form, where we're going to see the destruction of it. We're going to see everybody scared of it, just like we saw a little bit in this chapter. And we're going to see it going ham by parts. So we might see like Kaido's hand swing down and like the massive destruction. We might see like a tail or whatever to his back. And the chapter ends, and or like the middle of the chapter, you get to see this double page spread of Kaido in the hybrid form. And everybody's just shook, like, my God, like, what have we awoken here? This man has officially put on the Infinity Gauntlet and is ready to go up and, like, swimwear. So now that Kaido's in his hybrid form, it's time. Like, yo, it is time to start seeing what everybody's made of. When Luffy gets back into his, gets his hockey back in order to enter Gear 4th, I am most certainly expecting, right off the gate, Snake Man. There is no doubt in my mind. I am expecting real hockeyed up Snake Man to go up against this hybrid form. It must be done. Either that or Luffy might have a different plan in mind by like introducing a brand new gear and or a brand new form of Gear 4th. But I'm not entirely sure because we saw that Bounce Man was doing the thing. Bounce Man was doing that thing so much that Kaido went into hybrid form, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, it was a combination of a few different things. Because we know that Kaido in his dragon form was definitely taking a lot of damage, man. Just overall, you know, from a lot of different individuals, but especially here for, you know, Luffy and Zoro put that work on him, you know what I mean? Zoro, granted, only got one cut in it, but that cut looked like it cut deep. And in Luffy's case, he was just wailing on him that entire last chapter. And so now that Kaido's having fun, now that he's like, yo, as the time has come, you know, on some Toguro stuff, 100%. Let's get down to business. Let's see what these guys are really made of. Let's see if the new generation can really keep up with you and me when we're going all out. And so now we're going to start seeing Kaido really showcase what he's made of. And what's kind of scary is that we've already seen this man showcase what he's made of whenever he lifted Onigashima with those clouds, man. Like, yo, my man is on a different level. He's fighting these dudes while lifting up the entirety of Onigashima. And then we saw what he's capable of when it comes to mass destruction. You know, not only with the blast breath back in Wano, but here in this arc with, you know, stuff like the dragon twisters and, you know, dude is just a living natural disaster. He can, you know, body several different individuals and still have a bunch of energy to spare and then drink sake afterwards. Like, dude is just, he's different. You know, Kaido is different. He's Brock Lesnar, man. Dude is just handing out F5s all over the place and nobody can do anything about it. And so now that Kaido has found a reason, an opportunity to really be like, yo, hold on. Like, hold on, son. This is kind of fun, bro. These dudes are not backing down. Their spirits haven't been broken yet by our abilities yet, Big Mamu. Let's get it. Let's go down. Let's start dancing. And now we're going to actually get to see the hybrid form. And, man, I can't wait to see the predictions. Not hybrid form. I might make my own predictions on what this thing's going to look like and what it's going to be. I absolutely adore Zoan hybrid forms. And especially after I saw Lucci's for the first time, I was like, man, I cannot wait for us to get another fight like this, because in terms of Zoans versus Luffy, it always ends up being a match of martial arts, a match of hands, you know, of straight hands. And that's what made that fight so much fun. And so to have this final boss battle here against Kaido, now I'm not sure how his thing's going to look, because Kaido is a koi, you know, koi fish. So I'm not sure how exactly he's going to handle his hybrid form. I don't know if we're going to see, because he looks like he's more human here, but at the same time, we do get to see a lot of like monster-esque attributes still coming out of his body. We still get to see the scales coming out of his body as well. So really excited to see what this hybrid form looks like. And then for Oda's sake, if this hybrid form is looking at a Kaido's form or like his regular form in terms of like how much stuff is on it, like with the Samoan tattoos and all that stuff, like, yo, man, this thing's gonna be hard to draw. And so with him revealing Kaido like this, I can only imagine how difficult it must be to draw like the detail when it comes to like certain things in Gear 4th and stuff like that. So Oda's gonna be going in, man. Oda's gonna be going in terms of the detail of the art. And especially with dope base spreads, just like he's been doing this entire arc, man. It's gonna be exciting, man. I hope my boy keeps his health up, though, man. Top priority, Oda's health. But yo, if this man's hybrid form looks crazy, the fact that he's gonna have to draw that on a regular basis, that's gonna be nuts. That's gonna be nuts, man. I'm super excited. But Big Mom, you know, can't wait to see more from her, of course, as well. And you know, we saw how dangerous she was in the last chapter. This chapter basically only came down to bring down one swing. We know that everybody's main focus here was to take on Kaido, especially since he was that wobbled by Luffy's Kong gatling. They're like, yo, man, we're gonna go up and like somewhere and let's go ahead and take this man down while he's on the floor. And we got to see multiple different attacks on him. But Big Mom, man, is basically unscathed. And so this is gonna get wild. This is gonna get wild here, and the fact that she's agreeing with Kaido and that things are about to go insane, it's about to go down, man. It's about to go down, and the scariest part about it is like the members of CP0 said, you know, now we have something else that we have to look out for if things get crazy. Because if they take each other out, if everyone here is to the brink of exhaustion, and then Cypher Pulse like, yo, now it's our time. Let's get down to business. Like, this chapter opens up a lot of possibilities for the end of this arc that previously weren't there. Or I'm not going to say that they weren't there, but now it's in our face. Like, now it's 100% in our face. And now with Orochi, too. Like, yo, we got to see Orochi's head, which means that Oda is like, yo, remember this guy? He's going to come back. He's going to be important. What a chapter. This really felt like a chapter that was going to lead us into a break. this not only felt like a chapter that was going to lead us into a break, but a chapter that was going to end the act. And the fact that it didn't do either of those two things has me, like I said, scared. It has me scared for what's about to take place in a good way. In a good way, in a very positive way. Because he has been surpassing expectations this entire time, and this chapter was no exception, man. What an amazing chapter of One Piece, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Dude, this arc, and specifically going down on the roof, dude, it's insane. I was so happy to see Luffy go in on Kaido like this being the chapter. Big Mom Zoro protecting the king. Counter shock. You know, just greatness all around, man. This Dragon Twister looked devastating, dude. Devastating. And then Zoro retaliates with his own Dragon Twister. I mean, beautiful. The Dragon Aura. Awesome, awesome stuff, man. And dope spread after that with the Gale of Destruction. You know, the fact that the debris continues to fall down from the roof, so everybody knows that it's going down. Commentary from Cypher Pole. Like, absolute greatness, man. I am going to sit down now. I'm going to reread this chapter, and I'm going to look at the comments, you know, see if I missed anything, get some clarification on certain things, if I got anything wrong. And then I want to come back with an afterthoughts, because look, there's a lot to talk about here, bro. There's a lot to talk about. Like, future implications are crazy. I want to talk about possibilities for Kaido's hybrid form. That's going to be super exciting. Really want to get all of your thoughts on that as well. But above Kaido's hybrid form, I'm really interested in seeing everybody's take on what Cypher Pole was saying, because it really does feel like they don't plan on doing a single thing until everyone's on the brink of exhaustion and they've taken each other out. So once they're on the brink of like everybody's exhausted to the point where they can no longer move and they've taken each other out, what does Cypher Pole do then? You know, what do they do then? What is their main motivation in terms of going in and waiting until everybody's down to make their move? You know, we understand they're the strongest intelligence agency. So how will that play into it? We know what they've been doing up until this point. We remember the meeting with Orochi. I believe that was back in chapter 929, 930 in Act 2. And so we know what we of course know what they're capable of. We know what they normally do. But in this case, where things are so unpredictable, what are they going to do? Like, what is their plan for when everybody's down? You know, what happens then? Especially if they are also on that level. Like, what happens then? Do we get in a Kaido situation in Marineford, where CP0 goes in, attempting to kill off the King, Zoro, Kaido, Big Mom, whatever, and, you know, somebody comes in and saves them on some Shanks stuff from Marineford? Is that what they're going to be here for? Or is somebody else going to take on CP0, you know, like get onto their plans and be like, yo, y'all ain't going to do none of this, and stop them in their tracks? At this point, we already had enough to worry about with just Kaido and Big Mom's crews. Now we got to worry about CP0 as well. Beyond imagination, man. Beyond imagination. What an arc. What a chapter. I will see y'all next time. What a marvelous installment of the best-selling manga in history, bro. So much to think about. For finally about to see Zoro, I keep wanting to say Zoro's hybrid form. You know, I don't know why, but we finally about to see Kaido's hybrid form. And man, dude, when we get to see that monstrosity, whatever it is, from then on out, it's gonna be even scarier than it already is, dude. Man. But yo, y'all have a great one. Peace out. I'll see y'all in the comment section. One Piece greatness, dog. Let's go.